Alright, take care.
Hello and welcome to Rain and Rail Enthusiast, and the second in our series of us going along the Elizabeth line. Today in this episode I'll be going from Liverpool Street all the way along to Paddington. So if you'd like to join me, let's have a look at the map first and see exactly where we're going. And as I said, on this episode we'll be travelling from Liverpool Street to Paddington. And so let's start our second part of this series off at Liverpool Street, which looks very similar to Whitechapel in the fact that it has this lovely doppled effect on the roof and interconnecting platforms.
Not stopping it.
The central section, however, differs here. As you can see, we have this central section which runs the entire length of the concourse and has these pillars all the way down. It's quite an architecturally pleasing feature, and I must admit, looks very pleasant. One thing to note is that you can get to Moorgate Station from here if you follow the signage. Either that, or also you could get to Liverpool Street main station, of course. Up one end of the platform you will find lifts to the Northern Line and Moorgate Station. The other end of the platform has lifts heading towards the Hammersmith and City Metropolitan and Circle lines, and also the way out for the Liverpool Street National Rail Station. First lift you come to will take you to the mezzanine floor, where you'll have to do a slight movement across to get to the other lift, which will take you to the ticketing hall. Upon exiting that lift, if you turn left, you get to the escalators. It will take you back down to the Elizabeth line. And obviously you'd want to turn right if you're going out and head along this corridor. More escalators are at this point, but we will take the incredibly interesting lift on the left-hand side. However, before we do so, let's have a little look at the fantastic open space that this escalator creates. It is indeed a lovely open area, and a far cry from some of the London Underground stations in the past, which felt very enclosed. The lift is fascinating as it is almost like a funicular railway. This is a totally unusual experience, I must admit.
Liverpool Street, LUL, ticket hall.
And there we go. The gate line and ticketing hall here is quite impressive, with this wavy line ceiling which runs the entire length of this mini concourse and straight down the escalator sign as well. This is the Broadgate entrance to the Elizabeth line. As you can see, a nice little dedication there to the City of London. Up on these escalators which lead you out into Broadgate itself. If you turn left out of the Liverpool Street entrance to the Elizabeth line and turn down, you will eventually come to an entrance for Liverpool Street Station. If you carry on, you will come to the entrance to Liverpool Street mainline station, and behind that another entrance to the underground station here at Liverpool Street. I've covered this station extensively in my book. This train terminates here, and it is one of my most favourite stations on the network here in London. It's very picturesque inside, however, as noted, the station platforms are a bit dark and dingy. Okay, if you happen to come in via the main line, and just carry on down across the concourse to the entrance to Liverpool Street Underground Station, which includes one of your entrances to the Elizabeth line. Okay, completing this visit to Liverpool Street, let's carry on westbound to Farringdon. Okay, here at Farringdon, very similar idea. Separate platforms for west and eastbound, and the roof with that dotted design. Very similar to the others in the core. And also like the other stations in the core, there are interconnecting walkways to both platforms, as well as at the end of the platforms you'll find the lifts. If you're travelling westbound, if you went right, you get to the lifts that take you up to the Barbican entrance, but I'm going to take the lifts which take me to the Farringdon exit. Upon exiting those lifts, you will find yourself in an incredibly spacious ticket hall. Lovely, large, bright and very appealing. As you can see, there's something a little bit different going on down the escalators. Going down just one level from that concourse will take you to the National Rail platforms. Going past this very big screen here will give you the chance to experience these very deep escalators at this station. One thing I would say about Farringdon is you're not short of coffee shops at all. There's plenty either side of the station. Across from the station there is another entrance, a very nice one in fact, to Farringdon Station, complete with its Metropolitan Railway insignia at the top. Like Liverpool Street, there is also one of these funicular lifts. In fact, there's two on this station. One taking you up the first flight of escalators, and the second one taking you up the second flight to the Barbican exit. Okay, this is the Barbican exit for the Elizabeth line here. Very nice modern station, and obviously you can get to the Barbican by this exit. Must be noted that all of these stations on the Elizabeth line do have these very good maps at all stations as well, telling you exactly what's in your local area so that you can facilitate your journey onward. Again, I must say, another bright, light ticketing hall welcomes you into this Barbican area of Farringdon Station. And it's finished off to a very great standard. Okay then, that's it for Farringdon. Let's get back on a westbound service for our next station stop at Tottenham Court Road. Okay then, on a westbound service, if you get out of the train, around the right hand side exit, you will find lifts to the Northern Line, and turning to your left will give you a way out to Tottenham Court Road, Dean Street and the Central Line. As we've seen before, and these ones in the central section, wide walkways connect both platforms. Another fairly spacious ticket hall here at Tottenham Court Road. The ceiling is a bit lower than the rest of them, which does make you feel a little bit more hemmed in, but it's still nice and modern and very clean. There are various bits of artwork placed along the walls. This is replicated here, where you'll find the escalators and some stairs up into New Oxford Street. It certainly gives it a very colourful design. particular area around here is very vibrant indeed. There's lots of new building going on, including this very snazzy new building, which has full of screens inside and a very multimedia experience. Very, very busy station, as you'd expect, since you're in the heart of Oxford Street, the shopping district of London. So I do think it's quite clever, however, if you go to the south side of Oxford Street to get out, the design changes to black and white. This has obviously been done for a reason, to differentiate between the two exits. I think it works rather well. Okay, that's us finished at Tottenham Court Road. Let's again get on a westbound service. This time, let's go towards Bond Street. Okay, to keep the familiar theme going, down in the core section, exactly the same, apart from obviously it says Bond Street. Got the same sort of tiling, same sort of single platform arrangement, 2 platforms going either way, and these big, massive central areas which take you between the platforms. Again, there are escalators, but there are also lifts either sides of the far extremities of the platform. And this time of year, these lead to the Winter Wonderland if you go to the ones that lead you out into Davies Street. Another light and airy concourse, but this one at least has a lot of interest in it. These pillars look like fans, and the whole area is very, very spacious indeed, including this large advertising board. I don't think this video really does it justice. It is very, very open and certainly capable of handling a lot of passenger traffic. Past the gate line you will find some electronic ticketing machines. Those are some information posters. There is, however, a lot of building work still going on around the station, which doesn't really make it look pretty from the outside. However, once this is finished, this will be a fantastic place to get off and explore the other end of Oxford Street, and of course, Mayfair. And this is the exit into Hanover Square from Bond Street, which is at the other end, obviously, of the platform. Quite a plain little entrance and exit, but it does its job well and takes you out into this lovely area of Oxford Street and the centre of London. You will, of course, find ticketing machines here in the gate line area. And so that's all from Bond Street, and let's continue and indeed finish section 2 of this journey along the Elizabeth line with a trip westbound to our last stop of Paddington. Okay, we're now at Paddington and we're back to having both platforms close together with an open concourse in the middle. Escalators will take you up and down from the main concourse on either side. There are also some lifts right on the main platform concourse. No need to go down to the end of the platforms to find these ones. The ceiling light design here is very interesting and quite unique. And ticket hall level continues this particular line of lighting, as you can see. Again, like most on the, or even all on the Elizabeth line that I've seen today, these concourses are made for the commuter. Massive and very, very spacious. I've got to say, I do like this brickwork design here. And hopefully if I find out any information about it, I'll put it on a little detail down below. Okay, just a note, once you've gone past that gate line, it really opens up, and I've heard that this is quite an amazing structure, but really you've got to see it to believe it. This video will not do it justice. It really is so very open. And possibly the most light I've seen entering an Elizabeth line station. Exiting the lifts or the stairway will take you to the entrance to Paddington Station itself. You're actually going to be entering onto platform 1 of the station, and I must say the great roof that you're going to see certainly is quite a spectacular view.